Munchkin Adversary back again, just for a quick update. Um, I thought about it in regards to what I showed in my most previous video, and I felt like it was a bit unfair for me to not show off what I was talking about because I know many people they probably won't feel comfortable looking at things on their own, and they may not even be able to find it on their own as a pain in the butt the internet can be. So I do apologize for that. It wasn't my intention to sound a bit harsh if I did. It's just that it's just so much happening. It's really frustrating when it comes to false accusations. It's also frustrating when it comes to trying to see whether or not an accusation is true or false. And even if it was one way or another, people just spread the paranoia around, acting like, "Oh, you gotta believe me. If you don't, then you're not on my side. If you're not for me, you're against me." I don't like that logic. You should not be chastised all because you're simply convinced one way or another. No, you're a human. We make mistakes. But when it comes to Sonic93, I felt that she was a bit similar to Imane Khelif, the Algerian boxer. I'm really sorry if I said her name wrong or if I said Algerian wrong. It's just that she and that boxer, they're basically used like fictional characters, and it's the same for. I think there is a certain boxer. I think she's Asian, and I only remember her name, part of her name being Len. I think she's also a victim as well. I don't know her whole story. I just know a bit more about Imane. And the thing about it too, weaponization is such a problem. And when I was on like X, which used to be Twitter, and I saw someone that was posting and making it sound like that the Italian boxer was transphobic. Basically, I think her name was Angela Carini, as the lady I was talking about in the other video. I think she was. I'm not sure. I think she was the same one that they were accusing Imane of killing. I'm not sure. It's just that you go from saying, "Oh, Imane is just a fake woman," or she's a transgender woman trying to pose as a cisgender woman. It's like basically you're making fake woman interchangeable with transgender, which is such an insult. It's really transphobic. And it's like, or you're just saying, "Oh, she's straight up a biological man trying to pose as a woman, period. And that's why she's boxing." Not really suggesting that she's transgender because that's not the same thing, but then you put collateral damage by acting like every trans person is the same, whether she is or isn't trans, and it's like you can't do that. You cannot, and I'm about to go right here because this stems down to the blame game. You cannot just go and call Imane Khelif a transgender and then call her a biological man with emphasis, putting like trying to put it out there that she's only boxing just to be a man to hit other women. That's not a transgender person. A transgender is not somebody who disguises themselves as the other gender to do what they want. Transgender is somebody who actually believes they are another gender. They feel displaced out of their body. They go through things. Transgender people go through things. A disguise is not what transgender is. That's not a disguise. So that is from what I've heard, like people calling her a biological male and a monster or something. That is transphobic. It is transphobic. Even if she's not a transgender woman, that is transphobic to people who are trans. So that's another reason why you should pay attention to how accusations affect other people because they can and they have. You get caught in the crossfire and you see stuff like this where, oh, Mike Tyson say he's going to battle an Olympic dude, and it's like, why would Mike Tyson say anything like this? I doubt Mike Tyson is transphobic. I haven't heard of him being transphobic. If it's there, and it's like, okay, but I haven't known him to be transphobic, nor have I known him to say something like this, even if she wasn't trans, but was just a man posing as a woman, you know. from the straight up. This is fake right here. She never did this. And that's what I saw on the guy's video. But one thing I want to say, the reason why I didn't show the video because I didn't want people to think I was attacking him. And another thing is people went after folks I told them not to go after, and I got really upset and angry with them. And I had like one or more other friends helping me out to deal with those people because they were trying to they were pretending to be heroes. People tried to attack me, and they did, only for things to not go well for them because I condemned their behavior and harassing and threatening folks. They wanted to become Jason Todd's. No offense to Jason Todd fans out there, because Jason Todd is not always like that. He's got some good in him. But yeah. Anywho, away from the DC universe. So, this is my thing. Sonic93, she is basically a victim of some form of propaganda. Imane is actually a victim of more of the propaganda. And Mike Tyson's name got dragged in. And you go to the fact check page, you'll see that it's false. It's not okay to do anything like this. That's like slapping Ryan Reynolds' face up here and then putting Sonic93 up here and saying that Sonic93 is about to have a hot date, with Ryan Reynolds, or she's trying to attack him over his Deadpool portrayal. She determined that ever since she read the comic that he's and they say something racist towards Ryan, suggesting that Sonic93 said it. That's not okay. You can't just do whatever the hell you want because it's the internet. The internet has its own rules too. Jeez. You put anybody in danger when you do stuff like this. You feel like you're having fun doesn't mean you're having fun. You need to be considerate of someone else's life. Now, much like how Sonic93 has a freaking life, so does Imane. When you look up this stuff, because a lot of people, I tell you this, the secret when it comes to Sonic93 situation and the main situation is that people don't like to look things up on themselves. I'm not saying, oh, you're too lazy, therefore you're already bet. No, I'm talking about people who purposely don't look this stuff up. They want to hear from their favorite people. They want to be selective and give into favoritism and say, oh, I know they're telling the truth because I only want to hear from that person, that one person that I look at. No, look it up. No matter how bad the truth may hurt you, you should look things up on your own. And this is Imane when she was younger. And I could just say right here, right now, if you watched anime or read manga in particular, and you have seen women, female characters who may have been like a whole bunch of male characters who were like slim and stuff, didn't have muscles, and all of a sudden they get JoJo-fied in their story arc, and you see a woman who can kick butt and stuff. Same how you see a freaking JoJo, like a male JoJo character, like a protagonist, like Jotaro Kujo. I looked at his age. He's 17, and he does not look 17. He looks older than 17. The other JoJo, they look older than they appear. I mean, they look older than they are. That's how I've seen it, and I'm like, what? And this leads us to Sakura Ogami from Danganronpa. Okay. I get why she looks like that. She's a woman. She's a woman. I know she's a woman. But holy crap, she's got all that Ryu energy in her. I think it's Street Fighter, that's probably the point. But she's a woman. Even though there probably isn't a single woman who looks exactly like this. Probably not. The thing is, there are female bodybuilders. It could be flat-chested. They can have like bigger abdomens or whatever. It's not new. It may be new to you, and hey, I don't blame you for seeing it as new to you. I don't blame it for being new to you, especially. But you don't call a woman a man all because she looks really strong and stuff. And that's the thing. Like, have you not seen an effeminate male? There are men who look very female, and they're still men. There are women who look very masculine, and they're still women. It's not an anomaly. It's not. So really, when it comes down to Imane, when it comes to evidence that could be right in front of you, especially when it comes to Sonic93, where people are saying, "Oh, she's an abuser," it's like, where's the evidence? that say she's an abuser. You got people who will say otherwise, and you disbelieve them, and you keep letting people say whatever they want and however they can, portraying her in different ways, portraying her as a yandere and stuff, and you got her family, just as you got Imane's family, who support her, who love her. Sonic93 has family who loves her. And even if she was an orphan, even if she was a loner, it would give you no right to attack either woman. If Imane was in fact a transgender woman, or if she was in fact a straight up man posing as a woman, just a box, you have to make an appropriate approach. You have to consider people's emotions over this. You have to consider what they may be going through, the ones that you're accusing, because there are things you just don't do. There's a code of conduct that we should follow. You can't just go and attack someone. And that was the issue with the Sonic93 situation itself as well. Do you want people to do it to you? Because what you do, it will rub off on certain folks, and they can very well come and do it to you, and they'll get the same reasons you gave, and they say, oh, well, you should have thought about that when you went at the Sonic93 and did this and stuff. Like, yeah, you see where I'm coming from? So I just wanted to add that part. And then too, like, I don't know if the guy who got the 127,000K, well, whatever, likes, knew what was really going on. Some people don't know. I thought he knew, and I do apologize if he didn't know. But it's not okay to make a video that even looks like clickbait to the point that you're not even talking about the person that you're supposedly talking about. You're talking about men abusing women when they get in the ring or something. It's like, are you saying transgenders are all the same, or are you just saying specific transgender? Because another thing too, I noticed, especially with the Sonic93 situation, is that when it comes to Imane, they didn't seem to say Imane gives transgenders a bad name. It just seems so one-sided, and I find that odd. And when it comes to Sonic93, compared to Sonic93, it's like no one really seemed to say that Sonic93 gave Silver fans a bad name, to the point like, hey, she's not a Silver fan herself. She's not a Silver fan if she can't accept Silver's own flaws. No one really seemed to say that. It was just really selective. And when you're selective, say, oh, she's a Silver fangirl, she's a crazy Silver fangirl. It's like, if Sonic93 were in fact a crazy Silver fangirl, I would be saying she's not even a Silver fangirl. She's somebody who can't accept Silver for who he is. Because you're saying he has flaws. And yes, he has flaws, but get this, Sonic93 in one of more of her videos even said Silver has flaws, and said someone by the name of Melody Sugarplum should accept his flaws, to which Alderman Gajinka says, she doesn't even have to accept his flaws, or something like that. That was really stupid and baffling. But that's all I really wanted to talk about in this video. I'm going to be doing the upload as soon as possible, because I've been having some family issues, and I'm really worried about someone's health in particular. So please, anybody who does articles on Sonic93 and stuff, please don't do it for the sake of calling her out. Look into the situation. Think for yourselves. Don't even bother trying to accuse her. It's not worth it. She's not doing anything to you. Leave her alone. She's been traumatized by these videos, even though she's been trying to push it away and toughen it out. She's not scared of being called out. She's hurt. There's a difference. She's damaged. She's a human being. And when it comes to Imane Khelif, if she happens to be transgender, if she happens to be cisgender, if she happens to be a straight up man just posing as a woman altogether, you need to be considerate of her as a person as well as her family regardless. The proof could be right there in front of you. And you want me to say my take? She's a girl. But I cannot dictate that or force that upon you. There are ways to actually approach a situation. And the way that Dumbsville and Amy Chan and the like have approached the Sonic93 issue, They made the issue, first of all, and second of all, there was no damage control. They abused Sonic 93. Muskin adversary out.